This video is for all of my girls who do not want to rot in their beds the whole summer, who want to play, to have fun, but also learn and work on something meaningful. So we all have 168 hours in a week. Around 100 of them goes to basic human needs like sleeping, eating, family, socializing, etc. Others are for work and hobbies. We only have 7 to 8 productive hours in a day when you actually are able to produce something. So take out your calculator and count with me. My example, I have 54 workable hours in a week. One day in a week, I know for sure I have to rest, do nothing. Why it's important to count your hours? Because when we're going to plan our goals, it's important for you not to underestimate yourself. You've got to schedule less hours than you think you can do, because usually you will not do as much work as you plan to do. Maybe sometimes you'll do more, maybe sometimes you'll do exactly as you planned, but most of the times we are overestimating ourselves. So schedule your rest, schedule your adventures, because it's summer after all and we're young and we're hot. During lock-in periods, you work 100% focus. When you rest 100%. You don't think about work. Next thing that I want you to do is set your goals. The less the better, the more clarity the better, the simpler the better. The most important ones take the most amount of time, which is work and studies, which for me is 10 lessons per week is like 14 hours per week. YouTube is also like a work for me now. A blog and learning French. The learning to edit on DaVinci Resolve because I want to up my game a little bit, you know? So these goals are for clear outcomes, like tutoring equals money, DaVinci Resolve equals better editing, right? Other goals are for pleasure that should not put on you so much pressure, which is for me Spanish, English, driving, and teaching, studying. You should never again overestimate how much you can take in. I feel like 3 or 4 of these things I will not be able to reach by the end of the summer. The most important thing that my most important goals are on track. For the second plan goals, it's okay. It's just my passion project. We're gonna be fine with or without them. Once you have your goals straight, the things that you want to learn, and the amount of time you're ready to dedicate for them, it's time to prepare your resources. Now you've got to find a lot of books, study materials that will help you. And to work better with these resources, I use UPDF. UPDF is an all-in-one tool that manages and edits all of your PDFs. It's an all-around tool that allows you to study a language directly from PDF files, like my French workbook here. It gives you full PDF editing capabilities, so you can seamlessly edit, insert or delete text, paste and delete images. It feels completely customizable, just like a digital notebook. It's an absolute lifesaver when it comes to language study or heavy reading. With the built-in UPDF AI assistant, you can select any text to instantly translate it, explain complex grammar rules, or even ask the AI to chat with the document and summarize a massive 50-page file in seconds, which allows you to study and still make progress even when you're on low energy. Plus, it works seamlessly on all of your devices, which you can have up to 4, so your progress always syncs. It comes with a lifetime free upgrades and costs only a quarter of Adobe Acrobat, meaning you don't have to go broke to stay organized. If you want to upgrade your study routine, click the link in my pinned comment or in description to download UPDF for free and claim your discount. Starting May 21st, when you buy PDF Pro annual or lifetime membership, you will also get free monthly subscriptions to Nomostar, which is their AI scanner app, and IvyCraft. Go check it out. To find other resources, you can go to MIT Courses and Coursera for free courses. Also do a digital sweep today. I recommend you create a specific YouTube playlist for each of the course you want to take, for each of the goal you have. Create a playlist for them and add all of the relative videos to it, so that when it comes to studying, you don't get the decision fatigue. Oh my god, what do I study from? What should I watch? And then you get distracted. You also have libraries, free PDFs, and which you can edit with UPDF. You have audiobooks. There is no need to go broke. Should I create a detailed plan for all of my goals? No, don't. There's so many parrots. Having clear tasks and deadlines are very welcome for the important goals. But for passion projects, you should rather create a habit. You should always notice your energy spikes. For example, when is your peak hour? Or when is your slump happening? For me, for example, my most productive and focused hours are in the morning up until 12 p.m., 1 p.m. And the second window is after 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Then I have a slump around 2 to 5 p.m., which is afternoon slump, where I'm just doing simple admin or like tasks that don't really require much of my energy. So you should plan your goals around your energy levels, not vice versa. What also helps is giving yourself deadlines to create a healthy sense of urgency, but always follow them with a reward, okay? Don't put your body into a fake fight or flight so that you're constantly stressed, your cortisol is up there. But healthy deadlines like, okay, I want to write an essay by the end of this week. I'm gonna go buy this lip balm that I've wanted for a month. If I write this essay, that's nice. That's a healthy deadline. You're gonna want to write that essay as fast as possible. But also don't become so rigid that you actually forget to enjoy life, to enjoy summer. You have to break from routine every once in a while. We've come to study tips. Girl is gonna share with you all of her tips that she has gathered over the course of her productive life. First, you need a reflection sheet for your most important goals, especially if you struggle to see progress, especially if you struggle to keep the motivation, thinking, oh my god, I still don't know this, I cannot do this, still so many things to do. If you have a reflection sheet where you write down things you did today, the things that you improved on, even if 1%, by the end of the month, if you look at it, you're gonna be amazed. You're not gonna have these thoughts anymore. You're not gonna feel like a failure because there's this evidence. You did this month. Compare yourself when you were at 0 and now you're like at 30. To retain information, you've got to write summaries. Never ask AI to write your own summaries for you. When you just want to quickly read something from a PDF to just search for info, it's fine, you can use it. But when it comes to actually learning, when you actually want to retain the information, you have to read the article fully and try to summarize it with your own words. It's very helpful, especially in language learning. This is how I was preparing for my French C1 exam. Hard work equals hard knowledge, okay? Revise your notes actively often. Ask yourself questions, do tests. To know if you have truly mastered the topic, you should be able to explain it to a 5-year-old child and a 45-year-old educated adult. I think it's called Feynman technique. When you do regular assessments, like tests, mock tests, you're gonna see the motivation rise because you're so, yay, finally, I see my progress, oh my god. Remember that you are a human and you will not be able to sustain this rhythm for many weeks, for the whole summer. No, you need regular breaks on a daily basis and also breaks as in vacation, full weekends of no study, no work. Of course, if you're able to, if you can afford it. You need at least 2 or 3 weeks of a real vacation before September, okay? Because it's a summer without rest, especially if you can afford it. Have a proper study space and never procrastinate there. Never go on your phone at your study space. Your brain has to associate it with studying and only studying with focus, okay? Whenever you feel like you need to take a break, get up, move to another place. Never take breaks when you are in your study space. Never procrastinate there. Your brain is so powerful. You can just train your brain so much. You just sit down at the table, your work starts flowing. Also, to avoid wasting time on scrolling, I recommend you watch my last video where I explained how I set healthy boundaries with my own self and with my phone. So check it out. And the last tip, as rather advice, you just have to remember that life gets busy and stressful for all of us. The degrees are different, of course, but you should never feel bad for abandoning your passion projects or even some of the important goals, feeling like you did not achieve as much as you wanted or could. Just accept it, move on. Don't regret the past, okay? Learn to prioritize and don't force yourself to pursue things you have fallen out of alignment with. I hope you got inspired. I love summers for studying, for learning, because I have so much free time away from responsibilities, away from university, and I feel like when I'm out of university, I'm gonna keep doing that too, and just learning things that I feel passionate about that will improve my life by many degrees. I hope you share down in the comments below what you're going to focus on, what your goals are, what course courses you want to follow. And I see you in the next video. Bisous!